Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the All Sports All Plays Network. This is Laker Talk 101. Me and the crew, we're back. I'm joined by Doug, Jonathan, and Corey. What's going on, gentlemen?
What's going on? What's up with you?
What's good? What's good?
How's everybody?
Good. Hey, me personally, I have a special guest that's coming on. It's a guy that I'm telling you, at least 3 to 4 times a week. Me and him talk nothing but Lakers. We might be on the phone for an hour or 2 hours. It don't matter. We talk everything Lakers. Um, my brother, my Uncle Donald. What's going on, Uncle Donald?
What's going on, young man? How's everybody doing?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Doing great.
You know, you guys
I'm always doing good when we're talking about the Lakers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You guys, as you guys know, remember we did the first show a few weeks ago. And we talked about how big of a Laker fan we are. Hey, like I told you, you got to be in the family. You know, if you're gonna be a part of my family, you got to be a huge Laker. So let's get to it. Hey, let's talk about the draft the other night. Us coming in, not having any draft picks or anything like that. You know, everybody said, "Oh, the Lakers have no assets or anything at all," but come out that we end up having a pretty good draft. If you ask me, um, what was you what do you guys grade the Lakers draft night? My bad, I'm having a little technical difficulties on my side. Big time. Let's go with you. Start off.
Well, I guess you should have got the people here that was going, started off real smiley and all that kind of stuff. But with me, y'all know how I'm gonna do it. So expectations is what's messing us up. I think we did pretty good. Considering that we did not have a draft pick, all that we got it, and primarily the Christie kid who was signed, um, from an on court perspective, from my perspective, we're not looking for starters. We're looking for role players, people that can come in and play a certain role. When you have a LeBron James and an Anthony Davis, of course, if they're on the floor, all you really need is people that can do some things well. Not calling them to be superstars, not calling them to make an all-star team. Can you do what we need you to do? And with a LeBron James and Anthony Davis team, I've said it on the last show, the Lakers need shooters. That's really what we need. Christie seems to be a guy that can, he's not great from what I understand. I think he shoots 32% from the three-point line, but he's a good defender from what I've read on him. He can shoot it a little bit. He's an excellent free throw shooter. Hey, Anthony Price, what's going on? I see you. You'll be all right. So don't try to come on here checking, because I will check back. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Anyway, we're pretty good as far as getting the role players. I don't even want to talk about this other stuff. I don't know if we're gonna have time to talk about it, but You know, so I heard Scottie Pippen Jr. I heard about Sharif O'Neal, and look, Lord have mercy, that you were undrafted for a reason. You see, you know what I'm saying? You're undrafted. I mean, I'm not talking about. I'm just saying for everybody going crazy over Pippen and O'Neal. This is not Shaquille, and this is not Scotty. So let's tone down the expectations. Last names won't get you nowhere. They were undrafted for a reason. So we'll just see how they work in the summer league. But overall, we just need some role players that's gonna play defense and can shoot a little bit. I love the kid from Syracuse, the kid that they got. I think he shoots about 42% from the 3-point line. Definitely somebody that can fill it up. So obviously, with this type of team that we're set up, you can kind of get hype about him. So that's my thoughts off the top of my head.
Me personally, big time, I gave the Lakers a B. And the reason why I say a B is for them to come in with no draft picks, not even expecting them to even draft anybody, but found a way to get the number 35 pick. And I like Chris. I believe, if he can turn into, like you said, a role player, if he can kind of turn into that Josh Hart type of guy, that 3-and-D wing that we really need desperately, a young legs, somebody who can, defend of the defensive end. Because, I mean, he's a long wing. But also, when he's open, if he can knock down a 3-point shot, that's going to be very big for it. I like the kid from Cole Swider, the power forward. I was looking at his number, like you said, shooting 41, 42% from the 3-point line. He kind of remind me of that Kyle Kuzma type game. Can get hot from three and knock down shots. The only thing that kind of concerned me about him is the defense. But other than that, it looks like he has the offensive package. Um, Scottie Pippen Jr. I know he's undrafted. But like I said, the Lakers for the last couple of years, the Lakers, ladies and gentlemen, let me let you know, it's not the Lakers' problem. Isn't looking in the eye for talent. We've seen the Austin Reeves, the Alex Caruso, the Josh Hart, the Kyle Kuzma, the Jordan Clarkson come through this franchise. Our problem is we let them go. We trade them. So we know something about the eye of talent. So I can look at a Scottie Pippen Jr. Maybe hey, depending on what we do in free agency, depending on what version of Kendrick Nunn we're going to get, if he comes, I can see him come and be a backup point guard maybe, or getting some type of minutes like Austin Reeves. Sharif, there's a reason why his daddy didn't want him to come out of college. There's a reason. His daddy's seeing him every day. He's seen those work habits. Let's not forget this guy had something dealing with his heart a few years back. So, I believe that he could be a project. But I think, him coming into summer league is going to be huge for him. He's going to have to play, not just for him to make the roster for the Lakers, but if the Lakers decide not to pick him up, but for somewhere else as well, because these guys are not just playing for the Lakers, they're trying to get a job somewhere else. So it's gonna be big. But I give them a B. Just find a way to get in there. Uncle Donald, what grade do you give the Lakers on their draft picks? On going signing free
Well,
agent.
my position is I'm leaning toward a B plus, maybe a B. Again, the Lakers have in the past, if you look back over the guys we've had, they've done a great job at finding talent. Because you can go down the list, you name some of those names. But the problem has been we haven't given them time to develop. This is the first time I can recall with Reeves. Reeves actually took the minutes from THT. He's a rookie coming out. He played. I think we talked about it. I think he was 67 minutes or 67 games he played, more than THT with 30 something games. So we don't have a problem finding the talent. The problem is having a coach that's going to develop these guys. So if that's why I have to downgrade my number because I don't know that we're going to give these guys time. I see only really two guys that are ready to play, in the NBA. Maybe Cole and Christie are the two guys that I think are going to have the most impact right away. We had several guys last year that played in the G League with Austin Reed. I can't remember the two guys that were down there. And one of the guys was way ahead of Austin Reed, and you didn't hear nothing else about it. So the thing of is that we need to get young. That's one of our problems. And I want to see the biggest thing that Ham talked about was defense. Offense will come. I think defense is going to be the key to us. If we don't get some guys to play some defense, we're not going anywhere.
Yep. Corey, what grade do you give the Lakers?
I'm leaning towards a B as well. You touched on a lot of the points that I was going to make in reference to the Lakers not having anything, coming into this thing, and I think just for them to be able to get into the draft and be able to take a player, um, I don't think he's going to immediately play. I think that they're just using him as a project to see what he can do, how he can contribute. The Lakers don't have anything as far as assets or anything like that. I mean, you see their names in all kinds of different transactions throughout the league and things like that. Um, and I just think that these players are just they're hoping to get something out of them. This is LeBron James, could be LeBron James' final year, so they're basically trying to maximize him as much as possible and just trying to see what they have and what's out there. So I'm gonna give them a B. I think that they did a great job trying to to put something around him, because I mean at the end of the day I think that if they lose LeBron, you know I know big time you're gonna think about, I know you always talk about this. They got to depend on AD. We don't know what we're gonna have with him. So I think I'm gonna give them a B. I think that they're at least trying to see what they can do. I'm hoping to see more moves, before the season does start. But yeah, I'm gonna give them a B on that one.
John, what grade are you giving?
Yeah, I'm going to give them a B as well. Look, considering that this team didn't have any draft picks going into this draft, they got a nice player. They got this was an outstanding pick for the Lakers. Max Christie, only 19. He was a top 30 player and projected first rounder on plenty of draft boards. So the Lakers, I think they get a B. For getting a guy that, not only can do it on the offensive end of the floor, but can also do it on the defensive end of the floor. I mean, this is a 6'6" wing. You can never go wrong with a wing player. Wing player is critical to your offense and defense. He has elite shot mechanics. He's natural off ball movement with potential to be a top-notch defender. So he's a great two-way player. And he's a rare one and done Michigan State guy. You don't really quite often see one and done players at Michigan State. I like this pick. I think this is a steal for the Lakers. I think this guy can surprise a lot of people. Now, look, don't expect him to make an immediate impact because he's probably not going to see that much playing time as of right now. But eventually he'll be broken into the offense. He'll be inserted into the lineup. I think he'll be a great second unit player for the Lakers, can come off the bench and contribute, give you some points. I think this is a solid pick for the Lakers. I like it. I think he has a bright future ahead of him, and he definitely has the potential to be great at the next level.
Jonathan, I'm going to tell you where I disagree with you, sir. And it's the part of him he's not going to have that many. I believe they're going to play him because they need bodies. They need bodies and they need young, fresh bodies. And one thing, last year we really missed guys like KCP, Josh Hart, those 3-and-D guys, because our defense was like, we didn't have those people. But adding him, if he could just play that role of being, hey, we put you out there, we want you to be our best perimeter defender, I believe, he can grow into that. Hell, we didn't think Austin Reeves was going to play that many minutes last year. And
True.
he was an undrafted rookie. I mean, and we seen that throughout the year that he developed, and he earned his minutes. So I definitely think Christie and Cole are the two that I can say right off the bat that's going to have some type of minutes. And Cole, he might get in there because like Uncle Donald and Doug always say, "Hey, street clothes. We never know when he's going to go down. It might be 5 games in the season, 10 games in the season. It might be the first game of the season. We don't know. So and he's a power forward, and we need somebody. And honestly, we need somebody to stretch out the floor. And if he proves to Darvin Ham to stretch out that floor, they'll give him the minutes. But that wraps up about the rookies. Doug, we talked about it earlier in the week. This is what you call messy offseason. And let me give y'all a little history about me and my uncle. Last offseason, we kept talking about this is going to be the offseason of 2021. This is going to be the year that, hey, we was going all in. We was getting all these free agents. Ooh, and did we not? We got a lot of names. We got Russell Westbrook. We wasn't expecting, but we was happy. And then we got Carmelo. We got all these names. We was hyped. And look, it's doing it yet again, Doug. We all of a sudden out of nowhere we hear Mr. Kyrie Irving's name just pop up. It just like whoop. Like nobody was talking about Kyrie Irving a month ago coming to the Lakers, but all of a sudden his name just comes out of nowhere. Apparently, him and the Brooklyn Nets are not seeing how he wants a long-term max contract. They want a short term, so they can't agree. Apparently, this upcoming Wednesday, he have a decision to make. Either he can opt in his contract or he can opt out. And what I've been reading, so in order for him to come to the Lakers, he's going to have to opt in, and hopefully be a sign and trade somewhere. Because we all know he's not going to opt out and take no $6 million contract, $1 contract. Let me rephrase this. This is Kyrie Irving. He did let money sit on the table this year. But I believe 15-17 million dollars because he didn't want to play basketball because he didn't want to get vaccinated. So honestly, we don't know what Kyrie Irving will do. But what is the possibility of him coming to LA to team up with LeBron and AD?
And the crowd goes wild. Well, first of all, let me just go back. You said we got Russell, we got Carmelo, we got we got Dwight, we got all these people. What we didn't get a contract with Los Angeles Memorial Hospital for all the injury people that we gonna have. That's the first thing we didn't get. We didn't get a therapist for Russell Westbrook, who just forgot, wasn't putting the ball in the hole. So there were a few things that we didn't get. I hope that we got contracts for these people because, number one, when you say Kyrie, let's go with some of the obvious stuff. See, you guys hit it earlier. We got to get younger, number one. And then number two, we got to get people that's going to be on the floor. If Kyrie comes, all you have done, as great as he is, you also added a urgency to hurry up and get the contract with Los Angeles Memorial Hospital because he stayed hurt too. That's his history. You already got Anthony Davis who stays hurt. LeBron is chipping away slowly but surely as well. You got THT who stays hurt every now and then. I think Stanley had a little small injury problem last year. See, we don't need to keep adding folks that we just not going to be dependable on the floor if they are injured like that. Now, let's get the obvious out of the way and the truth. If Kyrie is committed to come to the Lakers, which I'm not going to put it past him to take a $6 million. Like I know everybody's saying that, I'm not going to put it past him because if he really want to get out of there, all he got to do is just not sign in. I mean, it's over. All he can do is that he can come to LA. if he's on the court, let's not act like the Lakers wouldn't be the truth. Let's not act like that. This dude is different. I mean, I'm speaking of the basketball court. He's different. He's special. There's no question about that. And the idea of him and LeBron and Anthony Davis together, if they are healthy, will cause a lot of damage. Let's get that out of the way. However, he is special. And now I'm talking about the head. Because this kid, I don't know what book he reading. I don't know what life he's living. I don't know what book, I don't know what he doing. But for some reason, this kid's brain is unbalanced. And I just don't know if he can be trusted because he really does think he's the man. His track record speaks for itself. He's destroyed Boston. He's obvious that New Jersey or whatever. I mean, Brooklyn ain't too hype about him. They want to get rid of. Look like he messed them up by not getting vaccinated. And if he'll mess up all that, then he will get ticked off and maybe mess up LeBron. But here's the bigger picture. It's kind of like Corey said earlier. Let's go past LeBron. So are we really going to trust the Los Angeles Lakers franchise with Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving? I mean, forget LeBron. He won't be here in a couple more years. Can you really trust Kyrie Irving with Anthony Davis? It's a scary sight for me to even think about. If you can't work it out with LeBron in Cleveland, you can't work it out with KD in Brooklyn. You had your own team in Boston. You didn't let it work out there with your own team. You leave me no choice but to think that you're gonna come and destroy LA. That's just my thoughts. Do I want him? I'm not. Even though I know it would be good, playoffs would be there. But is it worth it? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Yeah, it's good for PlayStation because you ain't got no problem on PlayStation. You understand? You can put it on PlayStation. You can work it out. You might win a title. But in real life, this dude here, I don't know. I let him go on to the Clippers. Let them be.
Corey, gentlemen, can y'all hear me first of all? All right. Corey, I see you shaking your head, sir. Do you disagree with Doug?
Obviously, we know what Kyrie represents as a basketball player when he's engaged. I honestly don't think that Kyrie will leave Brooklyn. I just can't see a scenario where he would leave all that money on the table. That's a lot of money, and you said that we don't know what he's going to think. I mean, that's a lot of money that he would give up. Just playing for $6 million, that just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, as a he's got money, so I guess he financially he'd probably be okay. But what if he gets injured? What if he, sits out, and then it impacts his free agency? Once he does complete that 1 year, I mean, it's a lot of situations that is not being considered past the year. So, as a basketball player, and it's a big if, you get Kyrie in there and he's locked in, he's ready to go. He's a phenomenal basketball player. He has no holes in his game offensively. But you have to deal with his mental aspect of it too. I mean, that just comes with him. What are you gonna get? That's the big question mark. If I'm the Lakers, yes, I would absolutely take a shot at this guy. Yes, like for $6 million, yes, I would. I mean, I would definitely put parameters around my team to protect myself from anything and I think $6 million is enough protection. Like, you're playing for $6 million, like, it's not nothing to us. But I think he's gonna assume all the risk playing with that if he does come to Lakers. But I don't see it. I think they're gonna finally figure out something with Brooklyn. I just been thinking about it a little bit more in detail. Like, I just don't see a scenario where financially he would take that much of a hit.
All right, Uncle Don. Hold on, Uncle Don. Let me unmute you. Don't you gotta mute yourself. Hold on. Unmute yourself, Uncle Donald.
Okay. All right. First of all, I don't want Kyrie. I want Uncle Drew. Okay. Give me Uncle Drew because I know what I'm going to get with Uncle Drew. Okay. We don't need street clothes 1 and street clothes 2. Okay. There you go, Doug. We don't need anybody joining that group. Okay. Doug just mentioned some of the guys that was trying to get on board being in their street clothes. We don't need any more street clothes. Okay. Kyrie, let's be real. Kyrie has been a problem everywhere he has gone. And I believe part of that is a maturity issue. And that is not being discussed. Dougie said you got an imbalance. Of course you got an imbalance. You believe the earth is still flat. Okay. See, y'all all laughing. This man, and he burning sage at every. See, y'all forget about all that. His basketball talent is great, but again, at least
talk.
At least Uncle Drew was on the floor when he played. Okay, he is no nonsense. So that's not even. I'm not. He's not leaving Brooklyn. Okay, and this is a man who said basketball is not the most important thing in my life. That tells you that's a commitment issue. So why are we going to even bring him? Why? That's the problem that Brooklyn's having now. If you think he's going to leave KD out to dry, what you think he'd do with AD if LeBron leave? Oh, please. Somebody else take this. Nope.
Hey, okay, before you pass it on, Freddie, let me ask you this. Are your aspirations for this show to try to take it to, to the up, to the greatest level that you can? Because, see, Uncle Donald just gave me just a door where I could just fall right in and just start checking. And I really feel like I want to do that, but I don't want to ruin this opportunity to, to make the show go further. So I just want to know your aspirations for this show. We just talking because I feel a good check coming right there. Because Uncle Donald just said something about this sage thing, and Lord have mercy, I'm ready to go.
Hey, be real, Doug. Hey, I want you to be 100% authentic, my brother.
Anytime you sing Indian style and got some sage burning, listening to the Bee Gees at the same time, and before you go to a game, something wrong with you. That's all I'm saying, man. Some ain't right. Some ain't right, man. Everybody else got, the hip, they getting hyped. Everybody slapping hands. Kyrie in the back just sitting there doing yoga, sitting Indian style, listening to Erykah Badu in his head, look, let me stop, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Fred. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So you gonna start bringing some sage on the show, Doug?
I wish I would. Say to put on some of this meat on my grill.
All right, Jonathan. What's the possibility of Kyrie Irving coming to LA?
Yeah, that explains why the Brooklyn Nets saw an early exit in the playoffs because they couldn't develop that chemistry. And, the Lakers already dealing with enough chemistry issues. So they don't need Kyrie Irving if he's going to bring that same issue to this team. They're looking to get past that, right? And in order to get past that, you got to stay away from guys like Kyrie Irving. Now, look, Kyrie Irving's very talented, okay? Look, when he's on this game and when he's not acting like a petulant child, he's one of the best players in the league, okay? He's an all-around player. I mean, this guy can score at the highest level. He brings the intensity when he wants to, but we got to have a player that's fully committed. And I'm not so sure if you can bank on Kyrie Irving. I don't care if you offer him $6 million. You can't bank on this guy. You can't trust this guy to lead your team. And that's the problem in Brooklyn. They don't have leadership. No one holds anybody accountable. If he can't do that in Brooklyn, what makes you think he could do that in LA? And how will he handle the pressure of LA with the media coming at him? He'll be under scrutiny constantly if he doesn't get his act together. I think it's time that this man grows up. He needs to make a decision if he wants to play basketball or not. Until then, if we don't know where this man's head is at, I would stay away from Kyrie Irving. I don't know if I can trust him. Now, I know there's a realistic possibility that you can package a trade deal. It might involve 3 teams. You can get him to LA. And if he wants to team up with LeBron, he has the power to do so. But if I'm the Lakers, I'm saying no to this. I can't trust this man to lead my backcourt because he has too many problems. He's not mentally right. I'm not sure if he wants to play basketball. This man doesn't take the game seriously enough for me to commit to him fully. If he can't commit to a team, what makes you think I could commit to him as a basketball player?
Let's throw this in also, if you don't mind. Let's throw this in. The audacity for him to tell the team, these are the teams that I will go to. If I need a sign and trade deal to go to one of these 8 teams, and we can make it work. That's audacity, number one. Number two, he wrote that if I'm not mistaken, in the last 2 years, he's been on the court, 60 some odd, 70 games, whatever it was. I mean, that tells you that he is not mentally right. He's talking like he's the MVP of the league. He's talking like he really has that type of pull at this point in time when the organization is mad with him simply because he did not get vaccinated. They had title dreams. He decided to kill them by only showing up for road game. Now, I'm not knocking his choice. You do with your body what you want to do, but that's not what Brooklyn signed up for. And for them, it's almost kind of like my Cowboys with Amari Cooper. That's the reason, part of the reason why he's out of Dallas, because he didn't get vaccinated. And they were mad. Brooklyn was mad this year. Brooklyn was mad at Kyrie, and they still mad. And they need to just go on, just wash your hands clean, because I'm seeing KD, and I know we ain't talking this, but KD is already putting stuff out on his podcast. I'll go back to the Warriors. I know you will. I know you will. Yeah, because you done found out that you need. Yeah. So Kyrie just ain't on the court like my brother Corey said. You can't argue what can happen now. That's good, but beyond that, you got trouble, Doc.
Let's not sit here and pretend like everybody that's on this show right now, if they sign Kyrie, y'all won't be excited internally.
I won't be. No.
Yeah, if he come and he ball out and he give us,
he ain't gonna ball out. He ain't gonna ball out. He ain't gonna stay on the floor. Okay.
I watch. I feel like if he does get signed, we gonna get back on here and we gonna see how he do. If we do get him, but I just don't think. I think it's like a 2% chance. But
listen here, let me jump into this conversation. I sat back and I listened to all of y'all. You know what the biggest problem was with Kyrie Irving and Brooklyn Nets? Accountability. Nobody on that team could hold him accountable. And I'm gonna say this: if LeBron James was Kevin Durant, the media and everybody would be jumping down his neck. For him, they gonna say, "Oh, you couldn't control Kevin Durant," because guess what? They did the same thing this year with Russell Westbrook. They said, "Oh, LeBron, you supposed to make it work. Well, why couldn't you make Russell Westbrook play better?" So why are we going after Kevin Durant, the leader? But this is the point I want to make. There's a problem when you hire Steve Nash and he say, "Oh, we don't need a coach." So that tells me respect the guy in the get-go. So there's nobody on here that can say, Kyrie, hey, if you're going to be a part of us, we need you to be all in. We seen Sean Marks at first. He took the stance. He said, "You don't want to get vaccinated? Well, then you know what? You don't play at all. You don't play road games or home games." And then what he do, Doug? Hey, a few weeks later, oh, Kyrie, it's okay. You could be a part-time player. So that's my problem. So nobody can hold him accountable. But that's not one thing I have hope is Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham, I believe, is a no BS coach. He's a guy that's going to be able to hold him accountable, that's going to call it like he see it. We heard him what he said in that press conference. He said, "I'm gonna hold the top man to the bottom man accountable. He said, keep your feelings at the door." So if he do come to LA, and I'm gonna send this message to Kyrie Irving, you better be all in, sir, because this is LA. This is the Lakers. You supposed to be a guy that that's supposed to look up to Kobe Bean Bryant. Well, guess what, Kyrie? Kobe Bean Bryant wasn't going to let anything stop him from being on that court. And I'm not trying to bring this up, the personal side of Kobe. We all know Kobe dealt with a serious situation early in his career with the allegation, but guess what he did? He was still playing basketball. He was still going out there busting people butt. He didn't let that stop him from playing basketball. So if you're going to be all in, and let's be real, this man is getting paid millions of dollars. It's not just affecting him. Ben Simmons, it's not just affecting you. Guys that Zion Williamson, it's not just affecting you. Guys that just want to sit down, that don't want to step on the court. Guess what? When these owners create this new bargaining agreement, they're going to come for you. They are going to come for you. I don't believe Kyrie Irving's coming to LA. I believe he's just trying to use this to get more money out the Brooklyn Nets. So like we just need to stay away from guys like hey, we need to go after somebody that wants to play basketball.
How about this, Fred? See, Uncle Donald and I, probably we the oldest on here, so we done seen it all. Uncle Donald older than I am, so he's seen probably the early 70s Lakers. Okay. I'm pretty much from 79 up until the present moment. That's where I am. Let me tell you something. This is the Los Angeles Lakers. Please understand, this is not the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, thank you.
This jersey means something. Everybody that has worn this jersey understand the culture, they understand the tradition, they understand the standard of what this jersey means. It is an organization where the name of the front of the jersey means more than the name on the back of the jersey. If you don't fit that category, where you coming in with your ulterior motives and you want to be this, you want to take advantage of the LA scenery, go on back down there to Orlando. Go on to the Washington Wizards. That stuff works over there. This organization is built on one thing: world championships. That is it. It ain't about all-star appearances. It ain't about who in the Hall of Fame. It ain't about them jerseys up up in that rafters up there. You'll get that if you put them championships up there. That's what this organization is about. It's been like a team all the time like that. Everybody can't play here. I don't care if you're a Hall of Famer. I don't care if you ain't Laker material. Go on back to where you was, where you got your status at. Go on play there. It means something to put this jersey on here. This is not a Rudy Poo crackerjack box organization. And if you're a crackerjack mentality person on there, and I'm just saying, Kyrie Irving is incredible. Kyrie Irving can play. Kyrie Irving can fill it up. Kyrie Irving will be in the Hall of Fame one day. But ladies and gentlemen, he is not Los Angeles Laker material. Now that's just the bottom line. So let him stay in Brooklyn. Let him go wherever else you want to do. Take the Laker name off your list, sir. Just take it off. Go to LA Clippers. You'll be in the same building. Go on down there with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard.
They got
y'all stay hurt anyway.
together.
You fit right in with them. Go on there. This jersey here means something, and that go for some of these guys that's on the roster too. Look, I wasn't born in the 90s. All this switching up teams and all that. No, this jersey here means something.
Yep,
it means something. And if you don't have that mentality, get on out of here, and God bless you, and we'll see you in Springfield, wherever the Hall of Fame is, when it's all over. So Kyrie is not Laker material, in my view. He's a great player. He's just not a Laker. That's all I'm saying. But
right.
anyway,
And not every superstar is going to fit the Laker profile. They're just not. Like you said, they're just not built for it. Great player and all, but they just don't fit that description.
Let me just say one thing, okay? We've had our fills of Kyrie Irvings. Let me bring you back to Smush Parker. Okay, Nick Van Exel. Now I can keep going down and see. Okay, see, all I'm gonna say is that when Doug, you talk about that, about this jersey means something. You're right, but it don't mean that to everybody. Okay, they there for the money. Okay, so Kyrie, look, y'all missing the point. Kyrie, you doing us a favor. Thank you for doing what you're doing, because what you're doing is making it a way for KD maybe to come to LA. Okay, we can make a swap, street clothes for KD. Hey, I know KD will be on the floor. So thank you, Kyrie. You helping us out.
Oh man. To my mom, my mama said Kobe had a different mindset. Total dedication makes a difference. Yeah, mama, you're not gonna find too many Kobe Bean Bryants out there.
No.
Just what he gave to the game is just night and day. And you know what? Quite honestly, we're seeing it right now. We're seeing a LeBron James posting videos, pictures of him working out 5 a.m. in the morning at Laker facility while we seeing AD playing video games. So
that's a trend.
I mean, there's a difference.
It shows you how some players don't take this seriously. They don't.
No, it's not even take it serious. Start at the root. Anthony Davis is a Pelican. That's what he is. He got the Pelican mindset. He got the Pelican ways, and he brought the Pelican ways and the Pelican mindset to LA. Now he did win the championship. He did that, but he ain't hungry for number 2.
Yeah, right. Well, that ain't gonna
Magic Johnson, as soon as the year was over with, went straight back to the gym. Kobe Bryant went straight back to the gym. It wasn't no time off. They had to go ahead and get ready for the very next year immediately. After the parade was over with, they was in the gym the next day.
That ain't gonna work here. You ain't meeting the Lakers standards.
All right, y'all. Let's move on. We didn't beat up on Kyrie Irving enough.
No, we haven't.
Beat him up worse than Pinata.
I'm gonna start a movement to say, get Kyrie out.
Doug might be the second person to sign that movement.
I'll be the third.
With some other names on the list too.
There you go.
Now, I think Corey's the only one here that's really pulling for Kyrie. He's not, Doug, I'm gonna be honest with you. Corey up here, he's upset. He said, I can't believe Doug sit up here saying that.
No, I want to get it straight. Corey is absolutely right. You have to separate it. If see, I don't need to sign nobody with ifs. See, that's already thrown out.
It can't be no if in the contract.
If he is healthy, Kyrie, and if he's committed, and if AD is committed and healthy, and LeBron is there is no doubt what this team could do. I know that. I'm not taking anything away from his basketball prowess at all. I know what he can do. It's just that his history shows that there's always something with him. It's always something, and you can't bank on that. because again, that stuff works at another organization. But with us, we're climbing the ladder for June. That's what this organization is for. We ain't got time for no soap opera type mess. We trying to win a world championship. That is the standard here. Unfortunately, I mean, all of that is the standard, and there's certain things that you have to do to make sure that you're reaching to that goal. I know LeBron want to win, and that's another thing. See, we hope LeBron is still LeBron, okay? But sooner or later, you know, he gonna kind of come down. To be honest with you, when LeBron and AD came here, the goal was for AD to be the man, and LeBron would be number 2. When Russell Westbrook came here, it was still designed for Anthony Davis to be the man. Russell Westbrook become maybe 2/3. LeBron wanted to fade into the sunset and be the number 3 guy almost. And his game can do that. LeBron ain't trying to be number 1. So if Kyrie come here, you know he gonna be trying to lean on Kyrie to do what Kyrie do. You know that. And you know he's gonna be depending on Anderson. So he'll be cool to be a number 3. He'll be cool with that. But is Kyrie committed to being a number 2/number 1 guy? I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know. Like you said, everybody doing all that. Uncle Don, I don't know what Kyrie doing. He probably burning sage right now.
That's right. That's right. Okay, if he couldn't get KD to do it, what makes you think he gonna be able to do it here? Stop.
With LeBron.
He couldn't make it. He was with LeBron.
I see what you're saying, Corey. Corey, I like what you're saying. You just ain't said it. So let me verbalize what Corey's saying. What Corey is saying that the relationship between Kyrie and LeBron is high enough that Kyrie would do right. That's what he's saying.
No.
And that's a lot to bank on. But I understand where you're going with, because y'all remember Kyrie came out and started apologizing to LeBron, all that kind of stuff. And you know, I'm right now. So I see where you're going with it, Corey. And that's a lot to bank on. That's a lot to trust. But his track record says,
is the world still flat?
May not have. But I see where you're going, Corey. I like that aspect, what you're doing. I like that.
Yeah, I just feel like if you examine, I mean, KD is not a leader. He's not a leader. He's pretty much a person, you know, that he plays basketball. He's always said that I just hoop. And then you think about his situation in Boston. There was no leader in Boston. Even before LeBron got there was no leader there before then. He won a championship with LeBron. The only time he's won a championship. I just think we haven't looked at that. I think that if he goes back there, he's already, you know, said that he wants to right the wrong, and I think that LeBron can do it.
All right, y'all. Let's keep it moving. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but about an hour ago, there was a report that the Houston Rockets are in talks of a contract buyout with John Wall. And guess who the first name popped up on the list that's interested in him? Rob Pelinka, my brother.
Oh, God.
A brother from another mother.
Oh, God.
Don't you get John Wall. We're trying to get Russ off the books now. We're trying to get rid of Russell Westbrook right now, but we go bring in a similar player on the same roster. Can somebody please let that make sense, please?
Well, first,
somebody help that make sense to me. I mean, have anybody seen John Wall play basketball other than these little workout videos?
But Freddie, that's the thing. The Lakers are always linked to any free agent or any big name superstar out there. That doesn't
not a big name anymore, brother.
And exactly, that doesn't mean he's right for the team. And John Wall is definitely not right for the team because he's basically a clone of Russell Westbrook. So you're just getting another Russell Westbrook. No way do I want John Wall. And if I'm the Lakers, I'm not touching John Wall one bit. No way.
John Wall can come on a $2 million
not even
chump change. Okay. We're giving a $2 million for 2 years. That's $1 million a year. Okay, he can come off the bench.
Yeah, but you know what? I can use that money for.
He's
I
gonna
can use
be.
that. I can use that money for maybe bringing back a JaVale McGee, going after a Mo Bamba, somebody like that. I would like a Mo Bamba. He's young, versatile, can space out the floor, can protect the interior. Something that we need. We don't need John Wall. Are we getting rid of Russ? I mean, if we
Nope.
get rid of Russ, I would
Even
like
if you
John Wall
did,
as a backup point guard.
no, he's still problematic to the team because he's not going to want to come off the bench. He already said that.
There you go.
That's the problem. That's the problem with him in Houston. He wants to be a starter. He thinks he is qualified to be the starter of the team, and he's going to come here to LA demanding the same thing, and then it's just going to cause more controversy and more headache in the locker room. And the Lakers don't need that. No.
John Wall don't cause problems.
I don't know about that one.
Wait a minute. Didn't Carmelo Anthony say that same thing? Y'all forget Carmelo said the same thing. I'm a still starter. And it took him being out of basketball to wake up and smell the coffee.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got a couple names that I need you to be aware of. Edgemont Medical Clinic, Fountain Medical Clinic. We also need to look at the Los Angeles Medical Specialty Medical Center. These are just three names that I just look up of some of the best places in LA for medical. Because see, if you sign John Wall, ladies and gentlemen, what you also need to have is a surgeon on staff right there at Crypto. That's been his only problem. He's not an attitude guy. He just can't stay healthy. Now, get the picture for those that say go get John Wall, ladies and gentlemen. If you're here or where you watching this, whatever day you're watching this on, can you imagine a team with street clothes, Anthony Davis, John Wall, LeBron, Kyrie Irving, THT, perhaps. Stanley Johnson had a little smile. I ain't worried about Johnson, though. He good. I'm Dwight Howard. I'm saying, look.
Come on,
man. Good God, what do you want? We're gonna have a real surgeon. As soon as they get hurt, they go straight to the surgery table right there in the arena. Right, you ain't gonna get to the hospital. We're gonna have special contracts with ambulances that'll be parked right there. 3 or 4 of them just lined up. You pull in the back. You go in. You just shove them in. Go on, turn the lights on. Go on, carry them in. This guy, look, John Wall is the same player as Anthony Davis. He cannot stay on. As a matter of fact, he's worse. I mean, good God, he's worse than Anthony Davis.
He's the original street clothes.
Yeah, he's original street clothes, Uncle Don. This dude, look, man.
He started the street clothes look.
Look, he ain't played since Kentucky.
Yeah.
He ain't played since Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Yeah, I mean, come on now. So I hope the Lakers aren't there. And I understand, once again, this is one of LeBron's buddies. So, I'm looking, however, when we start talking Lakers, and I'm serious about this, why are we got to get out this 2 2-year window. What are we going to look like when LeBron leaves? That's what I'm saying. And who are you going to turn the keys to in this organization to? Right. And if you're trying to stack the deck with some guys that stay hurt and past their prime, this ain't the way to do it. So, I mean, I totally disagree with John Wall. Hey.
Oh, man. I seen that report. I was like, oh, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing, Lakers? Corey, you like the idea? Or where do you stand at?
Well, I mean, he has been out for a while.
Hey, Corey, I'm going to tell you like this. I think John Wall is the real MVP of the league. I really do mean that.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about this brother that get paid as many years as he did, but still get paid the money that he's getting paid. You know what, Joker, we've taken the MVP away from you. Let's give it to John Wall. Let's give it to him.
Freddie, you forget that his agent is Rich Paul.
Oh.
Clutch Sports. Which is why he could end up with the Lakers.
Come on, Silver. I need you to do something. I need you to disband Clutch Sports. Somebody.
Take it a step further. Since Corey just said that, which is the truth. If Rich Paul is the agent, who is the owner of the agency company? Number 23, LeBron. Oh, God.
No, it's Adele.
Oh man,
We in trouble. We are in trouble.
And
I just
y'all, Freddie, let me just say this one thing. Y'all are forgetting there's a key name in here y'all forgetting. Okay, Doug, you mentioned it. Who's the man responsible for bringing these guys? His name starts with a P.
Are you talking about Pelinka?
Thank you. I think we need to go find the same doctor that cured Meta and put her on staff, since we're going to bring all these guys in.
Oh,
Too
man.
bad Gary Vitti still isn't around.
Well,
I guess
I'm
we're
gonna
going to
tell y'all
bring back Tex 1 or 2.
I'm gonna just tell y'all, man, it's very interesting, and it's gonna get, throughout this week. I'm just want to prepare everybody. We're gonna hear all kind of crazy things. We're gonna hear all kind of crazy things. Might as well get ready for the media to say LeBron is leaving, and so you can go ahead and guarantee that Brian. If you guys listen to Brian Windhorst the other day, he's kind of starting to instigate that. Because he started off saying, "Oh yeah, I don't see LeBron leaving. I can see him finishing out his career. I think he loves LA. A lot of his business is here." And then he want to end it off. "Oh, don't be surprised if he don't sign that extension this year, that he's going to be looking at the Cleveland Cavaliers cap space." They're already starting that narrative, but there's going to be a lot of it this week. When we see Russell Westbrook, I'm gonna be honest, he's getting in his feelings. And it seems it's really telling, because Skip Bayless, we all know Skip Bayless is one of the biggest trolls in the NBA when it comes to the media. We see how this man he basically stalks LeBron James. I mean, this dude, if you look at LeBron's Instagram post at 5 o'clock in the morning, Skip Bayless is gonna comment on it. He's a troll. But we see Russell Westbrook firing back at Skip Bayless. Bro, come on, man. Like, he didn't go personal. I can understand if he mentioning you, your family, going personal. He's not going personal. So, Russ, get out your feelings. Get in the gym. Have anybody seen any workout videos with Russ? I want to see something. What are you doing to work your game, sir? Are you working on that shot? What are you doing?
I didn't see him on the court, but I did see him with some dresses on and some high boots and all that kind of stuff. I saw that. I'm just saying that's what I saw. That's all I'm saying. I saw that. I didn't see a ball. I didn't see him shooting. I didn't see that. I didn't see any training clothes on, but I did see a fashion statement. I saw him in a skirt and a kilt or whatever you want to call it. And
okay, I got a question for all.
That's all.
I got a question for all of y'all. What can we get for LeBron, street clothes, and Westbrook?
Honestly, I still think I think the team will avoid it. We don't want Russ. You give us LeBron and AD, we'll work some. We don't want Russ. I'm telling you.
Answer the question, and please answer the question. What can we get for the three of them? Doug,
you gonna get at least one star out of it, minimum. You probably can get two out of it.
Okay.
But what you will get is a whole new roster. You get a bunch of role players, that's for sure.
I don't think you're gonna get any value for.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be that much. You probably can get something for AD though. I'll give it that.
No. And LeBron, because I'll say this: there's a team out there that would be desperate to give up a lot for a 40-year-old man. You mean to
Mhm.
tell me the Orlando Magic went in low no draft picks for LeBron? They
Mhm.
haven't been relevant since when?
Absolutely, they
Dwight Howard.
would. They
I
would
mean,
in a heartbeat. They would.
It wouldn't be smart.
they wouldn't be smart, but they'll be desperate.
Yeah.
You'll be desperate for 1 year just trying to fill up the seats.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you
Look,
might, you
I
might
was just
accomplish
about to
that.
say that, Doug. It'd be only just to fill up the seats.
no. He can go back to Cleveland right now because let's not forget,
I don't think
Cleveland
Cleveland
was-
would take him back.
Cleveland was
They would.
relevant.
They would. I could
I don't think.
actually see him finishing his career there.
I do.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Before.
Hey, y'all, listen. I'm gonna tell you why Cleveland. I don't think Cleveland will be back for two reasons. They're finally floating above water again. They don't want to go back to them years where they're not even making the playoffs. They built a core to last. They have a core that can help them take them to the next level. They know if you get LeBron, all those young talent they just drafted, they're going to be gone. They know that. Let's not forget David Griffin, the owner. Him and LeBron, they don't get along. It's not like a relationship with him and Jeannie. You know, I can see him going somewhere else, but I don't see Cleveland wanting
Okay,
to
what
be the cap
what
space.
about Miami? You see him going back to Miami?
I wouldn't take him back in Miami. He messed them up too for a little bit when he left. When he
Wait a
left,
minute. Who was
Him and
that?
Pat Riley don't
Didn't
see eye
Pat-
to eye too well.
I
Either.
thought who was that said you could come back? Somebody said you can come back to Miami.
Well, it's Pat Riley. He said it last year.
Thank you.
You
Thank
know, and
I don't see that either, though.
but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not sure they're too satisfied with Jimmy Butler. Because let's not sit here and act like Jimmy Butler had that great of a postseason this year. He flamed out.
Well, he was bruised and battered,
Yeah, they tried to kill him.
and he was exhausted.
Yeah, I understand that, Jonathan, but still, how many years are we going to go through this Jimmy Butler experiment being the best player?
but he's not the best player.
Right.
He's not. He's not that.
And he's hard to get along with, too.
Exactly. So he can't be we all agree that he cannot be the best player on a championship team. He's a really good two. He's not a number one.
Yeah, he's masquerading as a 1, but he's a 2.
Yeah.
Right. He needs another superstar alongside him.
But could you see LeBron and Bam and Tyler Hero? I would love to keep, if I'm Miami, they would love to keep Jimmy Butler to be a number two.
Or KD.
Yeah, KD been rumored that KD might want to go to Miami.
Okay. So what we gonna get for street clothes?
I think you can get at least 2 to 3 solid draft picks for 8.
2 wooden nickels.
Hey, man, listen, bro. AD, let's be honest with you. I agree. He's street clothes. He can't stay healthy. But let's not sit here and act like when he's on the court, he is a problem. He is. The problem is he can't stay healthy.
He
Like I
has been a
said,
problem since 2020.
But like I said, bro, there's going to be some desperate teams out there. If you Dallas Mavericks, wouldn't you like Anthony Davis to clog up that paint, to be your big man? We seen they needed a big man this year. If they would have had a big man, it's a possibility they was going to be in the finals.
Then why they get rid of Porzingis?
Because
Damaged goods.
him and Luka did not see eye to eye for some reason, and I blame a lot of that on Carlisle. I would have loved to see what Jason Kidd would have got out of him, because we seen Jason Kidd, he unlocked that offense this year.
And the defense, don't forget that.
The defense, yeah, I agree. But like I said, we're stuck. I don't even know why this is. We know the Lakers ain't gonna trade them, AD or LeBron. They don't trade their superstars. I mean, they're not gonna do that. I mean, it's a smart thing to do, but if you look at history, they're not gonna do that. Let's do the last topic. No, it's getting late, but since free agency starts on Friday, I believe, let's go ahead and give some predictions of who do we see the Lakers getting, maybe a trade or whatever. Who would you guys like to see them get? I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna go in the center range. I kind of mentioned already. I would love to see us go back and get a JaVale McGee, somebody that's going to just come in there and play. We seen what him and Anthony Davis did together. They looked good. They clogged that interior. It wasn't just you wasn't just gonna come in that paint and just get an easy layup. You had to meet JaVale McGee or you had to meet Anthony Davis. I like to see that. Or another guy, Mo Bamba, a young center down there in Orlando. With them just getting within the draft, I see them not bringing him back. He's a big that can stretch out the floor, who can protect the paint, who can be another big guy that can protect the paint with Anthony Davis. I would like to see them kind of go after, one of a solid big man that we can rely on, where we can keep AD from playing the five, and we can have him at that natural position at the four, where we can kind of try to save him from getting hurt, where we can have him maybe 50, 60 games instead of 30 games. Doug, is there a certain player that you like to see them go out there in free agency?
Yes. The big name that I saw that I would love to have is Bradley Beal. When he opted out, that automatically tell you that he's done in Washington. Now he might.
Well, no. Hold on. Let's put some time because I seen something come across today you might haven't. And the Bleacher Report reported this 9 hours ago. Bradley Beal is very likely to opt out of his $36.4 million player option and re-sign with the Wizards on a 5-year max contract.
Well, if that is the case, then money is important than winning, because he's not going to win anything in Washington. So
That's
I
right.
can't blame a brother for trying to make the money while he can. If that's the case, then I'm not talking about nothing. But when I saw that he opted out, the only reason why I'm saying that is because it is well known the history of a LeBron James team. You need to find some people that can flat out shoot the ball. So whoever that is, whatever position that is, that's what we're going to need for all the doubles for LeBron and AD if they're on the court. Give me some guys that can knock down some shots, and if I can get a little bonus out of that, give me some wing guys that can play defense. I love Stanley Johnson. I like this kid who we just got in the draft, Christie. I believe they can play defense. He's known as a defensive player. The kid from Syracuse who can flat out shoot the ball. There's not known that he can is a defender. But give me some guys that's going to knock down some shots with this offense, and we can really see something. We really can see something if we can get some consistency from the outside perimeter. So anybody that fits that category is good for me.
All right, Uncle Donald, there a certain free agent you like to see them go after?
Yeah, there's a few that I would like to go with the young men that we just got. Okay, and there's an oldie but a goodie. Let's bring back KCP. Okay, and I like seeing bring KCP back. I like them go bring back Caruso, and another name and he's been with Ham is Bobby Portis.
All right, I'm Corey.
I'm sorry, I don't want no parts of KCP. KCP, oh my gosh.
What's wrong with KCP?
I did not like KCP. He just, I don't know. He plays good when he's not on the Lakers.
Doug,
Hey,
please help me. Talk to him, Doug.
I can't do it with KCP.
He fits.
KCP played good for us, though. He was a big part of us winning the championship.
Well, he fits what we need. We were getting destroyed by wing players and guards because the effort one there on defense. Obviously, KCP will bring that, and he's known. That's why I want him. I know what I'm gonna get from him.
That's right.
Defensively, that's the only thing I'm saying. And on good nights, he will shoot the ball pretty decent.
Not down to three.
But I want. We need guys that gonna fit the role. KCP is a good defender. That's the only reason why I would want him. So I wouldn't knock it if he came back. But I get what you're saying, Corey.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna knock you. I see what you're saying, but he's a good defender.
Yeah, I just cringed when I heard that name. I don't know why.
You didn't like Bobby Portis?
Bobby Portis, I do like that. That's a good one. I'm with you on that one. We right here with that. but this class is really thin. This free agency,
Yeah,
this
you're right. It is.
yeah, I think we might need to probably look the next year to see what that class is looking like. It look like it's going to be a little bit more pickings when it comes to the 2023 class. Yeah, I don't really know about this one, but you know, but I'm with you with that Bobby Portis. That right there, that made me think. Like I didn't even know. Like I didn't even think about Bobby Portis. That's a good one.
Yeah, see, these are guys that you ain't got to pay an arm and a leg for.
Yeah,
Right?
I think you're onto
A
something with
couple
that.
million here, there you go.
Yeah, I think you're onto something with that one. But that KCP, we just need to leave him off the books.
What about Caruso?
Caruso too. I like Caruso. We all like Caruso. You can't be a Laker fan. You don't like Caruso.
We should have never let him go last year.
He
But
should have got that medical marijuana card.
I
hey,
like
Jonathan,
Caruso more than Westbrook.
Yeah, I'm with Donald, man. I like Bobby Portis. I like him a lot because I like the energy he brings off the bench, and you know, he has shown in Milwaukee that he's a spark plug. You know, and so the Lakers can use a shooter like that.
Thank you.
They should be trying a lot of different things to improve this roster of theirs. You know, and I mean, it's going to be limited on what they could do because Russell Westbrook is still on the books. So I mean, it's gonna really be they're really gonna be limited. But how about a Looney, guys? How about a Kevon Looney? I mean,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
like Looney, but
I
he's
like-
lost.
I like Looney a lot. He's played with two of the best shooters, you know, so he understands the importance of spacing the floor, passing and rebounding. I really like him. He brings that championship pedigree. You know, he can be valuable to your offense and defense as well. You know, so I like him. And then another name I like, I don't know if you guys are how you guys feel about this one, but I like Damian Jones as well. You know, I mean, you know, he had an 8-game stint with the Lakers last season after spending his first 3 with Golden State. You know, I think the Lakers can't be too picky. So, I mean, that's another name that you're hearing floating around as well. So those are my 3.
well, I'm gonna make a bold prediction, and this is gonna be a bold one too. And I mean, I'm just, hey, and I'm gonna ask a question before I give my prediction. So Wednesday, if y'all get a notification on your phone that Russell Westbrook is declining his player option, what are you guys gonna do? What are y'all gonna do if that happens? I mean, I know it's not gonna happen, but I just want to know what would your reaction be?
Shocked.
It'll be just as crazy as y'all saying Kyrie is.
Yeah, there you go. See, you now you've been burning sage, Freddie. Stop burning sage, man.
Somebody gonna decline $47 million.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. Come on, he ain't Kyrie. It ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen, man. Got some more
$47
kills and
million.
strips back.
I got a bridge from Brooklyn I want to sell you.
But I'm gonna tell you, my prediction is that Russell Westbrook will not be a Laker come by the time we do this next show on next Sunday.
He could probably go back to OKC.
That's what I'm saying. I've been reading that. You know, they gonna need somebody to eat up some cap space.
Bye, Felicia.
And if you have,
Let me throw this out, and not saying that I'm pulling
Need some
for Russ in that fashion, but if he goes, you better have me a point guard here.
That's what I'm
all I'm
talking
saying.
about.
No, I think they,
If he goes, you better have me a point guard here. That's all I'm gonna say.
Where the point
some
guard coming
picks.
from? Where the point guard coming from?
Good question, no, Uncle Donald. I don't know, but if you're gonna make that move, Freddie,
Thank you.
you better have a plan in place, an immediate plan that's ready to rock.
I'm gonna be honest with you, my brother. We can send you, Uncle Donald, Corey, and Jonathan out there. And y'all gonna give a better season than what we got for Russ. I promise you that. It's not gonna be hard to find one in free agency. I promise. Hell, I wouldn't mind bringing a Derrick Rose out there right about now. I
No,
mean,
you don't. Why you keep asking
See, he smoked. He's doing the sage.
Doug, you muted yourself, brother.
Why do we keep trying to add in AARP people who need assistance to get on the court? Derrick Rose fits right into the category of everybody else that y'all done called out. We don't need insurance plans that coming straight to the court.
But guess what? He ain't getting paid $47 million to do it.
I get that part. But
well, I'm gonna throw a name out that is a possibility. Let's go down to Dallas and talk to them and see if they'll give us what the point guard
Brunson.
Spencer Dinwiddie or Brunson.
I'll deal with it.
I don't want Dinwiddie. I take Brunson.
Okay.
I don't know, man. When Spencer did what he did in the playoffs, he showed that he can knock down that shot.
And he's young.
He's young. I can see, and he can defend too. You know,
That's
Brunson. Right. He's nice. He's a little bit too small. I want a point guard to have a little size on him.
But he don't care. He can get in that lane.
Yeah, but what about on defense? What is he giving
score
up?
though, Doc?
Russ get in the lane.
He gonna score. I'm with Corey on that. He gonna score.
Get in there.
He gonna score. So.
Russ can get there, but Russ ain't scoring though. That's his problem.
He's scoring.
Russ can get there. You know, I mean, I don't know, but hey, there's gonna be a lot of talk, and hey, man, I know one thing: the group chat's gonna be booming because
you might as well get ready, Freddie. He gonna be here. He ain't going nowhere.
Hey, Uncle Don, I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, I told him if it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I see a notification, I'm calling, and I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be singing hallelujah, hallelujah.
And when he come into training camp, I'm gonna tell you, I told you so.
Well, and also, man, to be honest with you, it might be the best thing that we do keep Russ another year to get that $47 million in cap space next year. But we have seen that the Lakers have been trying to trade him like old laundry. I mean, they sent that. I seen a trade where they sent it to the Washington Wizards for Russ, THD. They wanted KCP and a unicorn. And I think a draft pick. Washington declined it. I'm like, how are you gonna send the same trade the next season, but instead of Kyle Kuzma, you want Kristaps Porzingis? How does that work?
I take the unicorn.
Yeah, but that's another guy like Doug and Uncle Donna said, another guy that can't stay healthy. But
we don't need no more potential street clothes guys. Sorry, that club is exclusive.
Man, hey, this is another great episode of Laker Talk 101. Hey, tune in to us next Sunday. We're back at our regular time, 6:30 p.m. Central. I'm not Central. I believe that's the time. We'll be back at the normal time, going over free agency, what didn't happen, and what moves the Lakers have made. I want to thank Uncle Donald for coming on. It was fun talking to you and Doug, educating us young folks on here. Want to thank Corey, Doug, and Jonathan for coming on. And, man, hope you guys have a great week. This is Laker Talk 101. Did you guys have anything you guys want to throw out before we leave?
For all y'all that like Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook and, THT and you like John Wall, you can still be happy. I didn't want to kill your joy tonight. I have the remedy for you. Whether you have an Xbox or PlayStation 5, you can do all that, put them on your team, and probably win a world championship. Because, be careful, though, now. If you got NBA 2K.
Injury-prone players on
there you go. There you go. I was just about to say, even in NBA 2K22, Anthony Davis went to the hospital. That's all I got to say. God bless y'all tonight. We'll see you.
That's what happened to Derrick Rose. They have on YouTube. They have Derrick Rose get hurt on NBA.
The man. If you simulate the season, Anthony Davis gonna miss 40 games, even in PlayStation, even in Xbox. I'm serious. Even in that, if you play it, some of y'all laughing, but y'all know if you play the game, I'm telling the truth. Even in that, he's still going to the hospital. So, you know, but you can try it out. You know what I'm saying? You can reduce his minutes. You can, you know, all that kind of stuff. But if you want to find out how good the Lakers are, go on, put it on PlayStation and have your way. That's all I got to say tonight. I ain't want to put nothing factual or anything like that at the end. I'm trying to give people hope. You know what I'm saying? You can win. Take a picture, a snapshot, put it on your Facebook post. Say we are the world champions, and I like it. You know, I like it. You know.
Oh man. Well, gentlemen, this was fun. It's been a pleasure. Until next week, we're gonna log off. And AD, don't hurt yourself, brother. Don't hurt yourself. You on free agency.
Tell AD we won at least 40 games this year.
That's all depending on when his mail run. Is he gonna walk to the mailbox and the wind gonna blow him down, and he gonna need a cast on his leg? So I'm just saying.
All right, y'all. We out of here.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays.